Welcome back to the show. It's me, Hugh Darrell's here, my co-host today. And it's August 3rd. It's the middle of summer. We're getting ready for a big Raw Artists show coming up at the Mod Club on the 17th and 18th. And we're joined now by Treyon Baksh, right?
All right. Thank you guys for having me.
And yeah, great to have you here. And you're a painter, right? An artist?
That's correct.
And wow, let's look at, well, actually, you can see one behind me. That's one of your paintings.
Yes.
Right? And who is that?
That's Michael Jordan.
Mike-
I did that at Dundas Square.
You painted it outside?
Correct.
Really?
Yes. Took me 9 hours.
9 hours?
Yeah.
Was he there as a model?
I wish he was. I wish he was.
Showering them with the dough.
Wish he was, but no. It was good. It was for York, Toronto. It was an event they have every year. And it's
What
YD Toronto.
What is it? Youth Day.
Youth Day.
Oh,
Correct.
yeah.
YD Toronto. So I was in it.
Okay.
And this is the painting I decided to do. And it was hot that day. I remember my paint was drying up.
Yeah.
So I had to keep on mixing and mixing. I was like, oh man, the graze was off. But it was a interesting piece. That's why I still have it.
Very cool. I think Youth Day's coming up
Yeah, it is coming
like
on.
this month as well.
Correct, that's correct.
So you're going to be involved this year as well?
No, I already surpassed the age.
Right.
So
Okay. Well,
I'm not a youth no more.
no, you're a raw artist
I'm
now.
a raw artist now. Correct. Well said.
And we got another one that you brought, right? If you can see the two shot right
Yes.
between you there. Who's that?
That's Prodigy from Mobb Deep.
Okay.
You know, I painted for respect of him and his family. He passed away about a couple weeks ago from sickle cell.
Oh.
And I did a life painting at a hip hop event. So I'm like, you know what? What's best than just painting Prodigy? And
Now, how long did it take for you to do that one?
this took me 2.5 hours.
2.5 versus.
That one because
9
I was
hours?
actually interacting with a lot more people, and the
Oh.
sun was hot, so my
Yeah,
paint
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Battling with the
I was
elements.
battling with time right there, right there. The sun had the best of all my paint and my canvas, so it was good.
Yeah, and I was noticing the facial expressions of both. Like, what are you usually trying to capture in your
Well,
pictures?
I like something more serious. Usually, I specialize in custom paintings. People send me their photos, and I paint it. And when I have time on myself, I paint icons like Michael Jordan, or I do a lot of Michael Jackson pieces too. So I like pieces that not everybody know, but you won't see it on canvas. You see a lot of photos of it, but like with the Michael Jordan one, I did something different than what you would see on canvas.
So do you mostly do portraits? Like?
I do a lot of portraits, yes, but I do everything else, like landscape. Whatever you give me, I will paint.
Okay, now we've got some samples on the USB, right?
Correct,
Are
we do.
these, how many do you have?
I put
Just so I can paste this.
maybe I believe about 10,
10.
15.
So that's
I have
not-
about 100 paintings, but I'm like, for me to do all that, put
No, that's too. But this is about the right amount. So let's
Correct.
start looking at some of these, and you can tell us what you were thinking when you were painting
Oh,
them.
for sure. All right, this piece actually had an Indian couple. They were getting married, and they want me. This is I guess in their tradition, this flower is special.
I think it's
So
called
this
the
sim-
Flower of Life or something.
Correct, that's right. And they told me they'll do something different for them. So what I actually did, I did some spray paint with the red to make it drip, and I did the flower in the middle. I looked at a lot of photos and just wanted it to be specialized just for them.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yes.
That's the one on your business card, right?
That's
Or close?
this close to it. I started this this type of style maybe a year and a half ago, and most of my Instagram fans, they always, like you said, with a serious look. I like a certain look. So when they do a certain look and I picture art, I take it and I did it with a colorful afro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the painted afro, nice.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
how big is that in real life?
That's
that painting?
35 by 35 inches.
So that's a big painting.
That's a big piece,
Yeah.
almost 3 feet. This I was just sketching. I was just doodling. On that. That was actually in my notebook. Actually, it wasn't on. I haven't put that on canvas.
We used to have a girl that worked here, and she had a tattoo just like that on her forehead.
Yeah, the
Oh,
third
wow.
eye, what's going on?
Well, sort of like that,
Sort of.
but it was at least that big.
No, wow.
But you're capturing that third eye concept.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
what-
correct. Yeah, and have you seen I put the paint below and on top, kind of capture like a hijab type of thing, trying to hit in the face, but the face not really hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one.
And this, I did this live painting. This is a 4-piece. Each canvas is 16 by 20 inches.
Okay.
And it was for Scotiabank.
Really?
They called me. They were having their little meeting, their little events they were having just for the Scotiabank workers.
Yeah.
And they contacted me, and I was like, man, what should I paint for Scotiabank?
So what? They bought that?
Yeah, they purchased it. It was for
Nice.
them. I did this live, and they said they like ballerinas. So I'm like, okay, how can I put something on canvas with just ballerinas? So I came up with this concept.
Very nice. Wow.
Who is not a Dragon Ball Z fan?
Well,
I'm not going to admit it because maybe me. I
Okay,
don't even
Daryl,
know
I'm
it.
not going to admit it either. Yeah.
But yeah, this was just on my spare time, and this was 18 by 24, and I did this with glitters. So I took some glitter and glue and marker, and I just splashed that bad boy on. And this painting was sold within a couple hours when I posted
Wow.
Where did you post it?
on Instagram.
And that's it? And then
that's
somebody
it.
bought it?
And someone
Way
bought
to
it.
do it these
Wow.
days.
Yeah,
Just put it-
social media is the way right
And how
now.
many people are
Wow,
following
fantastic.
you on Instagram?
I have 3,000 something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
And
I'm
that would have
trying-
taken a while if you're using glitter too.
Yeah,
right?
oh, it was messy.
Messy,
It was
yeah.
messy.
Yeah.
It took me a while. And this piece, I do also paint nights, and I was doing one for Mother's Day, and I was thinking something to do along the side with mother and child, and I actually came up with this silhouette concept.
What do you mean a paint night? What,
I do. Well, there's a lot of paint nights going on in Toronto.
Yeah.
So I want to do paint nights. About 3 years ago, I've been planning one. So
Yeah.
when paint nights are released downtown Toronto and all over, I decided to change it up a little bit. So I do paint events. So it's unlimited wine. You have poetry. You have a live artist. You have dessert. You have everything you could think of that paint night does not have. And it's 4 hours long. And each canvas are stencil out. So I stencil each canvas of what we're painting. And my paint night is called Artists Within. And I always get over 50 people.
no, where do you do these?
Downtown, right by College and Spadina.
Okay. Like, you
At
know,
Steelworker Hall.
Oh, you do?
United Steelworker Hall.
yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Like near Baldwin Street, right?
Correct. That's
Okay.
where I do it. And it's a nice venue.
And what do people pay to enter?
$40 early bird and $50 the most.
So they get all the wine they can drink.
You get all the wine. You
And
get.
you do stencil and they just paint on top
They
of that?
just paint over the stencil.
Right.
And it's more of a theme. So whatever goes on for that month,
Yeah.
that's what we're painting. Instead of just painting a lake view or just butterflies, I want to challenge everyone and
Yeah.
let out their artists within.
So they kind of, everybody that comes, they basically take home an original
Basically.
painting that
Correct.
they've done themselves.
They have done themselves.
And they had all the wine they could drink.
And
It's
that's
not a
right.
bad deal.
It's not bad. And I also do giveaway. Usually I give away my original paintings.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing that night while they're
are you-
doing
you're
that? What are
counseling
you
them
doing?
as they-
I'm teaching them. I'm walking
walking
around
around.
everyone, teaching them
Tips,
step
give them
by step
tips, yeah.
tips. Some people were like, some spot getting corrected. I show them how to do it. So basically, I'm just hands on with everyone.
But you've created the stencils.
I created a
right?
stencil for them and have a photo, a sample of what they're painting right next to the easel.
Yeah.
So they already know what they're painting. Instead of looking at just my original piece,
Right.
they have the piece right next to them as well.
So that one was your original?
That was my
the
original, correct.
Can we look at it again? I'm just trying to wrap my head around all this. That's just a 5-10 minute walk from here. Steelworkers
Yeah, correct.
Union.
Yeah. So yeah, I would just draw out the stencil, the mother and child.
So
And-
do they paint in the black parts, or? Is
Yes,
supposed-
correct. I got some who actually painted the black part red. I give them the freedom to do whatever color they want to do. They don't have to paint it exactly like that, but that's just a sample of how far they could take it. And I got some brand new artists who never painted better than what you see there.
Wow.
And I was amazed. So it's good to at least do this piece with them.
Okay, next one.
And that piece was a custom piece for a client. That is her photo of her and her husband with while she was pregnant.
Mhm.
So they just told me to recreate it, and this is the idea I came up with.
Next one.
So this was my first mural I've done. and this was actually at a volunteer work I did for
Yeah.
adults with mental health, and I go there and they were all outside watching me, and I paint that on their fence for them because they like flowers and butterflies. So I said, you know what, I'll come and paint it.
Yeah.
And right after I finished that painting, it started pouring. Right after, a
Was the
minute
paint
later,
dry?
it was, thank God it was dry,
Oh,
because it was
yeah.
actually an outdoor paint I used. So
Yeah.
for me to blend the colors, it was a little difficult, but we got it. It was done.
And where is that?
There was in a little bit of in Oakville, I believe. Was
Oh, okay.
Oakville, a little past Mississauga.
All right. Okay, next one.
So I've been doing a lot of the Afro art. So I see my dad is Muslim, so I decided, you know what, let me get in tune with that side too. So I did a woman with in a hijab, but I blend the colors. I use for the colors you see on top and bottom. I use a knife to put those colors on.
Right. That's a whole other technique.
Yeah, give you a nice oil painting look.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
And that's the one that's on my business card.
Okay. So it's got that same style.
Is that the same style?
So are you using the knife on the hair there?
I used the knife on the hair and I splashed the paint off the paintbrush that give it the white splatters.
Wow.
But I did a lot of painting like this where I covered the eyes
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because not a lot of people want someone else on their wall. So I tried to make
Oh,
it
yeah.
a little more,
That's true.
yeah.
That's a good point. Okay, next one.
Well, this one, I guess, this shows a lot. It's basically, I did the heart in black and red because love and hate, but black doesn't really symbolize hate. But I did a female and a man, king and queen, and basically just trying to promote true love, basically. Because the way our society is going right now on relationships and love,
You think?
it's not the way. Our divorce rate in Toronto is very high.
Yeah.
And you know, I just want to show a piece that we're kind of show true love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the Michael Jackson piece. This piece was 40 by 40
Wow.
inches. It was a big piece. I did this for Youth for Science. They actually have a program for kids that want to learn everything about science, but they did a fundraiser. So they asked me to do a painting and if I could auction it off for them to raise money to get materials for the kids.
Mhm.
And I love doing things like that. And I decided, sure, I'm gonna do a big Michael Jackson. Kids love Michael Jackson, so that's what I created. That took me about 3.5 hours to complete. And that's his last album cover.
And how'd that go in the auction?
Oh man, that was gone.
Gone.
That was gone. I actually had another piece, the same piece that was on my business card. That's the piece that I put up for auction as well. And it was amazing to see the price range for them. So it was good.
Very cool. Next.
Lauryn Hill. Yes, I'm in love with Lauryn Hill and I love her music. So I just decided one day, I was like, let me just paint something. And I painted Lauryn Hill, and I, like the same with the afro, I did all different color hair, because the reason why I started this style is because just to let people know that you can't judge people on their hair, or if you see someone with nappy hair, don't mean that's the way they live too. So basically, I want everyone to own how they look. Yep, this is when LeBron was part of Heat, and I had to. LeBron was the man at the time when he came on Heat, and I had to do a painting of him. This actually took me longer than I expected. This was I think 20 by 30, and it took me about 8 hours to complete.
And where are these paintings now? Have they been sold?
All
or-
sold. Most of my clients are in the States, so most of these paintings are shipped to the States, mostly Texas, New York. I shipped one to Miami a couple weeks ago.
Thanks to Instagram.
Thanks to Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So who's got the more powerful look, LeBron or?
Oh, Yeah.
They're both good at it.
They're both good at a look.
Yeah.
They're both good at a look.
This one's got more color. This one's like.
Yeah, this is more of a raw, natural
Yeah.
look. That
See, there we go. Now we
yeah,
got it
there
up
you go.
on that.
There it is.
That's a better view because
Yeah.
it's.
Yeah, this style was more when I first started my Troy Arts business. This is the style I used to paint in it. More of a like shading shape type of style. And I was like, you know what? I want to test myself. Let me start blending the colors in more. So I saved this piece because this was my last of my style I've started with.
Ooh.
So that's an older style now.
This is the older
This one,
style
yeah.
now, correct.
Okay. We got any more?
And this is what I just did last week actually.
Who's that?
It's just a client. They he's a Leo, and he likes lions.
Oh, that,
So he told me
that's
to combine his photo and a lion. And I was like, how am I gonna do this? So I watched, if you are familiar with some Bob Marley photos.
Yeah.
Bob Marley have a
Right.
photo similar to that as well.
Lion of Zion.
And he likes, he wanted to be a nice earthy type of feeling. So I'm like, no, let me add the green and fade it off with the black.
That's a strong green too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice.
thank you.
Okay, next one. Wow.
Yes, this is still one of my favorite piece, I think. This was 35 by 35, and I have a finished piece. You'll see the finished piece, I guess, in the slide.
It's
but
amazing that you really captured the eyes there, like, and that's
Yeah.
got to be one of the most difficult things to do. I
Oh
would think.
man, the eyes is with this piece. This is when I was really getting into eyes, and my previous eye work, I was not satisfied with it. So when I did this, and this was not even completed, when I did this, I was like, oh man, I was actually proud of myself. And
Maybe
this
you
is
should
a-
just leave it
That's why
unfinished.
I was thinking about like that look. A lot of people told me they actually like this one unfinished.
because
And
there's some famous paintings. I can't remember which ones, but they're actually unfinished.
I
right?
seen a lot
and
of
they're
paintings
hanging in
like that.
galleries.
Yeah, correct. They like the look of it, the unfinished look of it.
So what's the hardest part of the face to do for you?
Oh man,
Eyes,
hardest
nose,
part.
mouth.
All
ears?
the. Wow, that's a good question. I don't think I have an artist spot anymore, but like sometimes when people smile with the teeth, sometimes that could be a little difficult. You need to spend a little more time on that. So
Wow.
I think with the eyes, I think I got the eyes down. You know, I practice a lot with the eyes, and that's my thing now. I love painting eyes.
Wow. That's cool. Okay. Do we have any more? Just to.
There's the unfinished one.
Oh, it's finished.
I mean, this
now.
finished. Sorry, this is the finished one now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's almost the other one
Yeah,
makes you look at the eyes more.
that's right. So I was just like, this one. This is before I did YD. I did this painting before I did the Michael Jordan one, and someone from Bahamas purchased this off me, and I had to ship it all the way down to Bahamas.
Nice. Should have delivered it yourself.
I should have.
Wrote
Bahamas
the
a
whole
beautiful
thing
cut.
off.
They could have paid the ticket.
I paid it, right?
Yeah.
And this is Pacquiao and Floyd when that big fight happened about 2 years ago, and it was all for the hype. This painting is actually in the All Star Sports Bar,
Yeah, where's that?
that right next to the CNE, the busy bar. That's when they have the Raptors game. That's the bar everyone goes to. The bar that's full of TV.
It's on King Street.
Is it on King? Is it in King Street?
Anyways.
I
doesn't
didn't
matter.
remember it was King
But anyway,
Street.
that's very cool.
But it's
So they-
All Star Sports.
So they
Sports
bought
Bar.
that off you?
Yes, they
And
bought it
they-
off me, and they hanged it the night of the fight.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, when this piece, I decided to go with,
Political.
exactly.
What?
Very political
Hijab without
piece.
the face
Hijab without the face.
Really?
and blood.
Yeah. So, I watch a lot of news sometimes, especially in the States. And I decide, sometimes me as an artist, or any artist, they like putting what's going on, right? We don't have no limits. We just paint, and art, that's what art should be. You shouldn't have no limit. You should not be restricted in what you should paint.
Next. There we go. There's
Tupac.
Tupac and Biggie.
Big-
uh-oh.
This
And
is
C3PO.
Yeah, this is thing. There was actually painted it for a client once again about a month and a half ago, and this piece type I didn't want to give it up when I was finished.
Mm.
It was good, and what I realized, art in photo looks so different when you see it in person. It just look, you see the raw talent, you see the brush stroke, you see the knife stroke that I use. So I wish I had this piece to bring you guys. It looks so different in person.
But what is it? Sold?
Oh, it's so
Just like all your other stuff.
yeah. Mostly it's just custom work I do, right? So
yeah.
Well,
mostly
it means
the-
you're successful. isn't
I'm
it?
trying to be. I'm trying to get higher now. So
Yeah.
I'm just I'm trying to push my work and everything else I do.
Okay. How many more do we have? I mean,
think-
they're great to just look at, but
I think that's
6 more? Okay, let's go through them
6 more?
quickly and then we'll.
Yeah,
Well, that's the one we
yeah.
got here. So, oh,
Oh, that's the next one. That's
what's with
one.
the crown?
You know what? It's for some reason a lot of our black females, they're I don't know. Have a lot of female friends and they're just not. It's just self love basically for the crown. I want everybody. It's not supposed to be for black or white. It's just for every female. I want every female to know that they're a queen.
Yeah.
You don't need a crown to be a queen, but you have something you have to show it to let them know that they are.
Right. Awesome. Okay, next.
This is this style I just decided just to make some drip like your skin is just peeling off, dripping.
Where's this painting now?
Oh, that's sold too.
Who, yeah.
At Whitey Toronto, I hanged it and someone purchased it.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a custom painting for a client. I used to do half price contests every month. So they post a photo and I pick the best 4 and I post on Instagram and let my followers choose the winner. And whoever win, I give them half off on their painting.
But do you sell all 4? Do you sell all 4?
There's some people, not all 4. It's just whoever. These are photos that they emailed to me.
Yeah.
So I put up the 4. So if someone never won, they will contact me to get it painted and ask me how much it would be full price because they never won the half price.
I see.
But, yeah.
So I see. Okay, good. Great idea. Where do you get that idea? That's a brilliant idea. Okay.
Work on that. There you go.
Yeah, so the same thing with the eyes and it's like a lot of people have different interpretation with this painting. They said that she's looking at the sky, she's hurt. I like a painting like this that has more than one emotion in it, and everybody see it differently on their look.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I have to do a Tupac. Gotta do a Tupac again. This was actually for a client. Oh, and that's it.
Very nice.
That's you.
Great. Oh, that's
Yeah.
your
There you
page, right?
So now you're going to be at the Raw Artist Show, right?
Yes, I'll be there August the 18th on the Friday.
Now, are you going to have any work to exhibit since it
Correct.
seems to get snapped up so quickly?
Yeah, so I'm working on some pieces. I'm not gonna let no one know about it. They have to come out and see. And I'm doing live painting as well.
Okay.
So I will do a live piece and kind of raffle it off. So
Yeah.
who want to walk around and get raffle tickets, they can win that piece for cheap.
Fantastic.
So-
Now, obviously, the Instagram is really working well for you.
It is.
But are you showing or exhibiting anywhere else after the Raw Artists or anywhere?
Other than all my personal events. So
Yeah.
I own my trade events, like my paint nights as well. I do that. I go to other venues. Other venues hire me to do live painting or paint nights with them. So that's when I bring a lot of my work.
Yeah.
And I showcase it there. But with gallery, a lot of people tell me how come I never got into gallery. I think I like the satisfaction that I could push it myself. I want to know I could do it
You
myself.
have complete ownership of everything. Yeah.
Correct. I
It
want
seems like
ev-
you got a lot of tricks and ways to sell these things too. Which is
I
great.
yeah, you could say that I kind of look at what people want and look at other artists what they tried and what they didn't try,
Right.
and I try to give a lot of people tips and stuff. But it's mostly when you're an artist, is you have to sell your work. Sometimes not the art sells, it's you. It's who you
You're
are as a
selling it,
person, right? So you just have to be polite, mature. You have to be the best person you are, because I am my business. So when people see Trey Arts, they see me. So once I give off that, hey, I'm a good person, they will want support.
So before we go and give everybody the info, just a little, what's your story? Where do you come from? Are you based in Toronto?
Well, I was born and raised in Guyana. I've been drawing since I was 5, my first thing I've drawn is Bugs Bunny off tracing paper. I didn't draw it off freehand. I traced it, and from then it was more of a getaway from life because I was living in the village and we didn't have much. So I was just more of a fun thing for me just to get away. And I closed off and I came to this country. In high school, they want me to paint. They didn't want to paint. I just like drawing. So I did it for a project. And that was oil painting. I did a landscape of Guyana. And from then, I loved it. So from when I've been seeing a lot of artists, I've been to a lot of networking events. I'm like, you know what? I have a talent. I should showcase it more. A lot of people tell me, don't paint paintings for girls. Why you painting? And that really
Never heard that.
I never heard that, right? But it's like if they're really coming from a Caribbean background, West Indies background. It's like, guy, we don't sit down and paint, right? So we do more labor and catch fish and do whatnot. So it was look at why you painting. So that's why I kept it hidden. So when I actually started Treyarch, a lot of people were shocked that I know how to paint. But no, my parents support me. They, you know, they love what I do, and they still have one of my artwork I did since I was like maybe 14, and they always show it to me. So,
And who has that landscape again?
oh man, who has that? I think a friend took it off me. You know, it disappeared.
Could be worth
And
a
that was
lot of
my
money one day.
yeah, that was my first oil
Yeah,
painting.
that's right.
It disappeared. I love that. It took me about 2 months to finish that. And it wasn't that big. And that's the thing that I've learned by myself. Like that's why I don't go to art gallery, because I know I could accomplish anything as long as I put my mind to it. So if I want my painting to sell, I just need to put my mind to it and get it sold.
Nice.
And that's why now it don't take me 2 months no more. It take me 2 hours to finish the painting. So
Well,
I'm proud of
Trey,
that.
it's been great to meet you and to have
Great
you
to
here and
be
have
here.
this conversation. And now you're going to be there, what, on Friday?
On Friday, I'll be there.
This is at the Mod Club,
Yes, correct, the Mod Club.
and you're going to have a booth area.
Yeah, I have my booth area. I'll be in the middle, so nobody won't miss me. And I'll be doing live painting, so you guys will know. I have my big banner, my big Treyarch banner, so you guys won't miss me.
Very cool. Well, this has been great. And of course, we've got your website up there, I think.
Of course.
And if people want to
Treyarch.ca.
sign up to your Instagram, what do they look for on Instagram?
They just look under Treyarch.
Treyarch.
Every social media, just type in Treyarch, even on Facebook, on my fan page, type in Treyarch. And you guys could keep posted every events I do, where I go. Even on my website, I post it. And competitions
That all
I
you
do.
can drink wine.
That all you
painting
can drink
thing,
it,
That's,
yep.
that's gotta know about that one.
You guys follow Artist Within too. That's my paint event name, Artist Within.
Artist
Within with just the IN at the end, not ING.
And they can find out more on the website?
Yes, go
about
find
that
out a lot
and
more.
sign up for it and all that kind of stuff.
Of course. I post my flyers on every time I have an event. I post it up, and all the information they need to contact me with.
Okay, awesome.
Nice.
Well, thanks, Treyon.
Thank
Been
you guys
great,
so
great
much.
to meet you.
Great to meet you guys too.
Thanks.
Hopefully this is not the last time.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys.
I think that might be it for the show, Daryl, except
Okay.
for our hip hop guy coming in at 5.
Later on.
So, but anyways, so let's just wrap it up. Thanks, Treyon.
Thank you
And
guys.
Asha. And that's it. We'll see y'all next time right here on thatchannel.com.
See y'all.